What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. Two things before I start. There's no doubt that Treeborn Frog, or Frogs currently is the best engine along with Monarchs, to provide tribute fodder that is. One of the biggest strengths of Frog Monarchs is that the deck does not play any back row or traps. This makes your opponent's MSTs or wiretaps dead and gives us a nice advantage in the first duel. Although some people consider this as a weakness, so not playing any back row to protect yourself. And if you're looking at the support that Konami is giving us, like the Monarch support that is, are all continuous spells and traps. Most of them are. And that makes our best tribute engine, Treeborn Frog, not playable with all this new support. Second, what if someday Treeborn Frog gets banned? Highly unlikely, I think. At this moment, then we need to take a look at another engine, bar Ronin deck, and that brings us with this kind of deck. So losing Treeborn Frog, and replace it with a new engine, and add in more traps and more Monarch support. Not everything, because pretty much all the continuous spells and traps for Monarchs Konami released are, I think, terrible. I wouldn't recommend running other than you're seeing here in the deck. Full deck profile at the end, so game number 1. First opponent is playing Star Seraph. Star Seraph's also one of the new archetypes that's coming up. They are good, definitely good, but they have a big weakness, is that if they don't draw into their Stratos, their Scepter I believe it's called, to search out to search out everything, the deck is not that powerful. But then again, if they see their Stratos, the deck is very strong. My hand, pretty nice, pretty decent. Normal summon the Murmileo and search out the Traptrix Treble from my deck, and there is a Scepter. So I can't let him search. Scepter is destroyed, and I was sure that he had the Solemn Warning set because of last turn. He was thinking to negate the summon, so I'm obviously going to MST one of his 2 sets he had at the moment. One of the outer sets. I mishit the Useless Horn. Luckily I draw into another MST, so I'm going to MST the other one, and indeed he had the Solemn Warning set, so I can pretty much safely get Majesty's Fiend to the field, and it blocks his monster effect, so he can't do anything, so that's a good game. Majesty's Fiend, one of the better tributes in the deck. It stuns pretty much every deck in the current metagame, but it's very fragile to back row, as you will see later in the duels. Next opponent is playing Galaxies, and I think I have a nice hand actually with Yangshi, the armor-like search card for the deck. So I'm not going to tribute. I don't want to lose Yangshi just yet, just grinding on the advantage. Although he goes for Felgrand, and Felgrand is not that big of a problem, since Jack Frost does burn Felgrand's materials. Like if Felgrand attacks you directly, you can just reveal Jack Frost, and your opponent can activate Felgrand's effect to make it unaffected, and then I take damage, of course, but Jack Frost then stays in hand. But that's 1 material less on Felgrand, so I take damage and drop the Mary to search out Yangshi, and he kind of wastes a compulse here. And also I think it was last turn, the opponent again had warning to stop the tribute from going off. He would have been able to negate it with Felgrand at this, but thanks to Return of the Monarchs, I would have been able to search out more tributes and eventually get an engine going. Because now the duel is just dragging. I'm definitely in a good position. It's just I need to draw 1 tribute to get the engine going. So Spectre is dropped. I draw a card. Again a return, so not that useful. MST one of his back rows. Random MST, that is one of his back rows. So there is the tribute. Finally draw into Ryza, and get the search engine going. First search out Mary, just in case the opponent can clear my Yangshi on the field. So Mary will be a second Yangshi if I take damage. Deck over his face down, and also lured out the Felgrand. Not that big of a deal. I also have the Escalation set, so I can tribute during my opponent's turn, as you'll see in a moment. So he's going to, I believe he's going to exceed for a Galaxy, Photon Dragon. And in the battle phase I activate Escalation, so drop the Chaos, and this monster is banished, and at the same time I'm going to search out another Riser from the deck, so nice. The engine is going. So drop the second Yangshi, since she'll provide Tribute Fodder for next turn, so I can still have one on the field. Yeah, he's going for another rank 8 Exceed play. He cannot activate Giant Trainer's effect since I think, yeah, he already used his battle phase. Draw into a Murmulator, not bad. Yeah, tribute one Yangshi and bounce back his Giant Trainer to the extra deck, and again activate return. Yeah, this is pretty much game over, as he'll soon see. Yeah, it's just the engine is going, so I can still get tributes, search tributes during the opponent's turn thanks to Escalation, so good game. Next, opponent is playing Dragon Stars with Mathematician, something I wasn't really expecting. My hand is not that great, although the combination of Vanity's Fiend with March of the Monarchs is definitely something to consider. It's definitely good, and since Dragon Stars do have a weakness against Vanity's Fiend, as pretty much every tier 1 deck, and he does not MST my March, so that tells me that he probably has another out for the March on the field, in the form of another MST, and he does have a second MST, so I'm going to Duel and take the other March, just in case he does have that second MST. They always have MST if I have March with Vanities on the field. Yeah, it's definitely a combination not to underestimate. Since it does lock pretty much every tier 1 deck out of the duel. Okay, so next, Shaddolls, also a pretty decent duel. Shaddolls is not a terrible matchup since I rarely exceed, so they can't take advantage of my exceed monsters and use their fusion materials from the main deck. And Midrash also doesn't really stop the deck. Since I rarely special summon outside the one Mary or the Spectre, for example. I'm going to bounce back his Midrash, so he can't search or get the polymerization back from his grave. That's one monster, so that's it could be everything like the Falcon or whatever. Draw into this is also one of the weaknesses the deck has. Like it's very passive. You if you don't open with Yangshi or Murmulator, you're pretty much waiting on your opponent so you can take damage and then drop your Mary to search out the Yangshi. It's not bad, but again, you don't want to give your opponent too much opportunity to set up. And he makes a mistake since I think he knew that I had the Mary in hand, so I can search off Yangshi, and I can't wait. So with March on the field, Chaos cannot be targeted. Excellent, so no breakthrough skill, no prison, no mirror force. Like Chaos can also not be destroyed. So it's actually a really decent card, March of the Monarchs. When I started playing the deck, I was playing 2, but I immediately bumped it up to 3. Since I think the opponent now has a bottomless set and a mirror force. Mirror force obviously useless. He does need to activate it since he's only left at 400 life points. So I think I'm in excellent position. Although here I make a misplay. Because I was surprised because of the super polymerization, I definitely did not expect super polymerization here. I activated Bottomless. Stupid, because Midrash obviously cannot be destroyed by card effects, and I know that because I played Shaddolls myself. It was just a mistake on my part, because I was surprised because of the super polymerization. But still, it's pretty much game over, as he also saw. Good game. Next, some kind of heretics. Some kind of heretic deck. I'm going to bottomless this Definite here because I didn't want to get wing beated, like destroy all my back rows. It does have a second Definite, but it's not that big of a deal. A wing beat would have been devastating. And I draw into Majesty's Fiend, so that's perfect. Again, the combination of a Fiend, either Vanity's Fiend or Majesty Fiend with March, and that's pretty much game over. So he cannot drop his Tragodia, monster effects cannot be activated, so he can't search with his heretics. So again, game over. Last, Satella Knights. Satella Knights is also a very good deck, but like Star Seraphs, they really are dependent on their Searcher, on their Deneb, on their Stratos. And obviously I don't know what he's playing at the moment. I think I set up my Yangshi, so I have a good hand with 3 back rows, Yangshi, the 1 Monarch, and as soon as I see that he's playing Shining Angel with Supply Unit, I was pretty sure that he was playing Star Seraphs. There is again the warning. He's obviously going to warn my Yangshi, so good move on his part. Although I have Spectre, so I'm going to drop Spectre, get a draw, and immediately get advantage, get the momentum going. So activate the return and Ryza, get the engine going. and search out the chaos from the deck. So nice. It's going to attack again, drop the merit. So this is why the Ghostrick engine is so good. You can nicely take advantage like Girgia do, like just flip your armor, or Yangshi in this case, search and just set it again. Like 1800 is very big to get over these days. Especially if you're playing against the trap trick hand decks, for example. 1800 is difficult to get over. I think, yeah, Moral Tech is one of their only outs to attack over it. Or yeah, make exceeds. Just yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm going to Kaia's Shining Angel. Since again I was pretty sure he was playing Star Seraph, so I don't want to give him a draw with a supply unit, and don't want to let him search his DNAP. There is a Dark Hole, so nice. Now if I draw into a Vanity's Fiend or a Majesty Fiend, this should be game over. Since yeah, most of the time in most decks Dark Hole is their only out to Vanity's Fiend. So flip over Yangshi, nice again. Nicely taking advantage. So pot of Duality into, I believe, another pot. So yeah, hoping maybe next turn I'm able to pick or draw into March. Yeah, March of the Monarchs. And yeah, this is again pretty much game over. And you also scoop, so good game. Okay, let's see the deck list. Ghostrick is one of the best engines to replace a Frog engine with. It has a Girgia armor-like card to take advantage. It has Battle Stoppers and also a small draw engine. And yeah, the off chance of making exceeds is also possible. Yeah, bar your continuous traps or yeah, spells of course that prevent you from making exceeds. The deck is somewhat stunnish. So with both Vanity's Fiend and Majesty's Fiend. Both Fiends are one of the best tribute monsters in the game, but both share the same weakness. They fail to back row, and that's back row like Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Chain, Prison, Mirror Force, and so on. And that's why I'm not mating them in the current metagame in Frog Monarchs. Although this deck plays March of the Monarchs, a card that I highly underestimated. March with Vanity is a very good setup, yeah, a very good combination, and stuns basically every tier 1 deck. They need an out first to March, and most of the time it's MST or Phoenix Wing Blast or Raigeki Break, and then they need to counter to your Fiend. The reason why I added Trap Tricks is that it searches out back row, so protection against big threats like Excite Knight to destroy all your continuous cards. That's definitely one of the big weaknesses of the deck, that you're committing a lot of cards to the field. And Murmileo is an excellent tribute fodder with Escalation to tribute it during your opponent's turn. So yeah, if I find more space in the deck, I'm considering adding more Trap Tricks. Last for the main deck is Escalation. Escalation is very decent. You can definitely do some nice tricks with it, as you saw in the duels, but I wouldn't recommend running more than 2. I might even drop one from the main deck. You don't want to open with multiples, for example, and the deck already has a weakness of opening with brick hands, like 3 tributes, 2 continuous spells, and an MST, for example. It happens. Other cards you can try out in the main deck are, for example, Mobius, more Trap Tricks, Card D, Allure of Darkness, and Black Horn of Heaven, of course, also one of the best trap cards in the game. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.